Welcome back to another video. Today you're going to be joining me in what I thought was the pantry when we first viewed the house, and lo and behold, it is actually a teeny tiny weird little bathroom. This was originally all one tan color, which honestly I did not mind, but even after cleaning the walls, they were still discolored, so I knew it needed a fresh coat of paint. So I used this blue that the previous owners had left, and then I went and bought a can of white paint that I was using to touch up the trim and had some left over, so I went ahead and painted the upper part of the wall white, knowing that someday I would be coming back to hopefully paint a little bit warmer of a color. The white and the blue were beautiful together, but it almost felt too cold to me. I wanted to warm it up a little bit, so that's what we'll be doing today. And I'm going to be using this paint here, which is actually left over from our hallway upstairs. It's kind of an off-white, but honestly it looks more like a tan when it's next to pure white. I love the look of wainscoting, or some sort of beadboard on the bottom half of a wall, but we are on a budget, and so what I did was buy some trim that you see here and just put it up on the wall and painted the bottom half the same color, and honestly I think it turned out great. So if you're on a budget and don't want to spend a lot of money, or you don't have a lot of money to spend, I think that this is a great hack to split the room and to get your different colors, but it is substantially cheaper, and honestly I think it looks great. I almost never tape anything off when I paint. I am the youngest of 6 children, and my siblings have moved into many houses within my lifetime, so I have done a lot of painting in my day. But I did have some areas like this water pipe and along the top of this trim that I did want to keep as clean as possible, so I did end up taping to save myself some headache later. The color definitely shows up a little more yellow on camera, but at this point I was already so happy with my decision to paint this over the white color, because again I feel like it just brought so much more warmth into this room. It made it feel less like a hospital. And here we are with the first coat of paint done. I am so happy with how this is turning out so far. So about an hour has passed, and I went ahead and did the second coat of paint and let that dry as much as my patience was willing to let it dry, and then I started to hang everything back up in the bathroom. I had forgotten that when I first painted this bathroom and put this mirror up, I just used the nail that was already existing in this spot for the mirror, and I really needed to center it over the sink because it was not quite on, so I took the time to put that over the sink, and it makes it look so much more put together. It really is the details. Next up was reinstalling this shelf. I ended up filling the holes where it was previously. It was above the trim, but it just felt too high up in the bathroom and it just didn't feel right with the rest of the layout. So I went ahead and lowered that. And I also like too when things overlap. So I like that the picture or just some of the decorative things I put on the shelf kind of layer themselves in front of the trim. I think it feels more cozy. Even with the shelf lower, however, something was still feeling off. So I decided to take my picture and put it up on the wall. I felt like it just made the room feel more put together. I don't have the proper words here, but I feel like it just felt better in the space. And just a few hours later, this bathroom is done. This was such a nice day project. So again, here was the before. Pretty much the same, just that really harsh white, and the shelf was a little bit higher. And here is the after. I think the paint just brought so much more warmth into the room, and the mirror, the gold doesn't look as harsh, and I love the painting and the shelf where they're at now. It just feels so much better in the space. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.